Gastech is taking place next week in Milan. Now, given the backdrop of the current energy crisis, the price of energy, the security of supply issues, you can imagine some of the strategic discussions that will be taken on around the event. I'll personally be there looking at the latest and greatest around technology and innovation. So things like what's the latest with digital twins, AI, industrial IoT, drones, robots, virtual reality for training, augmented reality for remote worker. But two specific things I want to find out more about. One is floating LNG terminals, and the second one is around hydrogen and what infrastructure you need. First one, LNG floating terminals. We hear a lot about this recently in terms of a way of accelerating getting LNG imported into Europe. Now, I had the opportunity to visit an LNG gas train out in the Gulf a couple of years ago. These are impressive places. But I want to understand what's involved in setting up a floating LNG terminal. You know, how hard, how many of them, how fast can you deploy these things? So I just want to understand that. And the second one is around hydrogen. Now, I'm a big fan of hydrogen, and I believe hydrogen has a huge role to play as a strategic imperative in terms of our energy security, certainly here in Europe. But we have to be realistic. I want to understand what's the latest and greatest in terms of efficiency around green hydrogen, electrolyzers, the different technologies, carbon capture, you know, where are we with that? And also, if you look at a lot of the marketing we hear these days in terms of, well, we can repurpose, reuse the existing gas infrastructure. Hydrogen is a very different animal than LNG. So the pipes, the valves, the compressors, how you store it, the temperature, the efficiencies. We need to understand all that and what's practicable today and feasible and where it's heading over the next couple of years. So that's what I'm trying to figure out. Now, each day I'll be putting out my kind of takeaways, so follow along and you'll see what I see. And if you're at the event, if there's any particular company or technology you recommend me to go have a look at, then reach out and let me know. And safe travels, and see you in Milan.